Are we only half alive? Embers drifting in the night.
Since Mary and I moved out here to Colorado, one thing has become clear. The summer months get pretty damn hot. Fortunately, it doesn't take too much planning to escape the heat, get up in the mountains, and enjoy the cool, crisp air that lingers there year-round. And in July, there's no better place to explore than Crested Butte. Last year, we didn't get to experience as much as we'd hoped, so this year, we're experiencing it all. Renowned for its stunning display of wildflowers, lush green mountainsides, and crystal blue waters, we know it's going to be a challenge getting a campsite late on a Friday in the middle of the summer. So if shit hits the fan, we'll just have to make some new friends like we did last year. Depending on where you live, these places may seem impossible to get to, but I can assure you, the impossible is worth striving for. All right, we are in Crested Butte. We sort of blew through the town pretty quick because the last time we were up here, we got out here in the evening and pretty much all the campsites were taken. We had to buddy up with somebody who was nice enough to let us camp next to him. We're at the trailhead, heading up to where we're hopefully gonna be camping. We're gonna air down real quick so it's a little bit comfier and we can make a little bit quicker time on the trail. But sun's starting to go down behind the mountains and it's getting really beautiful out here, so hoping we can nail a spot, get set up, and enjoy some of the evening while it's still light out. Hopefully get to see some of those wildflowers they talk about. Well, pretty much just as we expected, it was a bitch trying to find a campsite. We went all the way to the top of, what's this trail that we're on? Paradise Divide. We went all the way to the top of it, not the end of it, but to where it pretty much peaks out, where there's a bunch of campsites. They were all completely full. So I pulled out the drone, flew it ahead so I could kind of scout before giving up the little spot we kind of found. And found this area. We could tell there was a bunch of people here, but we saw one spot that looked like an opening. And when we got here, we were in luck. It's not an overly used spot. I would prefer something that was a little bit more designated, but it's got a campfire ring, so people have been here, but it's not ideal. But we pretty much had to make a decision to stop and camp tonight because running out of daylight. We're gonna get a quick camp set up here, get some dinner going. Mary's hungry. I'm gonna see if I can pop up to the woods probably and scavenge a bit of wood. We bought some from the gas station at $10 a bundle. Good Lord. So we only bought 2 and we're gonna go source some like we usually try to. So yeah, I'll show you the area.
While John was filming, I got camp all set up.
All set up. You got sleeping bags up there. You got pillows. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna go look for some wood. Okay.
Alright, have you been watching how I've been doing these?
What?
The fires.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm still gonna let you do it.
Oh, okay.
One match Mary.
So the biggest thing that I found that definitely helps is like doing it across.
Yeah, there's still a bunch of shit in there too.
One little spider die.
We might end up with a little bit of company tonight. Either camp.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were recording. I was like, yeah, I know. I was here for that.
we're getting set up here, and a 5th Gen 4Runner came down the way, and we already know there's not pretty much any other spots available, so offered them the option to stay with us if they want, or camp next to us, I guess. Not in the rooftop, there's not quite room enough for 4. But they said they were gonna go check out another spot that they think might be up the way, and if not, they'll be back. And if they do, probably won't be doing a ton of videoing tonight, just so I'm not that guy. Yeah, that's a bit of a struggle finding a camp spot out here this time of year. Especially when you don't get up here on like a Wednesday or something. That's probably the best way to do it.
I agree. And just like leave your tent.
Or just camp here. When we get our little camper trailer.
Just leave that.
Bingo bango.
Bingo.
I got a lot of things to figure out first on the 4Runner.
Like it's overheating issue.
Quiet down just a minute. Settle down and have another one. 'Cause you're tired of the game that remains until you're undone. I hit the wall to the limit. I start over like you've just begun. I didn't lie to you because I never knew you. Only time will tell, only time will tell. It won't be over, it's never over. Now I let my feelings in. It won't be over, it's never over. Now I let myself begin loving you. It won't be over, it's never over. Now I let my feelings in. It won't be over, it's never over. Now I let myself begin loving you.
Good morning. We did not end up having anybody stay with us last night. They must have ended up finding a campsite. I am recording.
Sorry.
And Mary just woke up. She's looking down over from the tent. But it is a beautiful morning. I ended up getting up around, it was around 6:30. Sun started peeking in a little bit and somebody was snoring. So I just decided to go ahead and get up and come out and try and catch some cool shots of the sun coming up. But doesn't look like anybody else is up just yet as far as the other campsites. I'm gonna get some coffee made. Atlas is whining because he's hungry. You want some food, buddy? You want some food? Go bring me your bowl. Can you do that? No, I didn't think so. Alright, bud. Nice heaping pile for you. That's it. Go ahead, good boy. Coffee always comes before food. Yes, I woke up I flew the drone down there about as far like where that point converges.
Yeah.
And pretty cool. There's some waterfalls.
Okay.
I saw I think 2 waterfalls, an old cabin, which hopefully nobody's in it, so we go check that out.
Yeah.
But I know we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do today, and I'm wondering what if we just leave all of our shit here.
Okay.
Like leave the cooler, camp chairs, our camp kitchen, and we go out and explore some, because there's kind of a difficult rated off-road trail up there that I think could be neat to go up and check out, potentially check out the waterfalls and all that and see what else is down that way. And then I really don't think anybody's gonna mess with our stuff.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay.
I don't know, we can think about it over breakfast.
Yeah.
But I know we were talking, we didn't necessarily just want to be stuck here all day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful spot, but
Yeah.
it'd be nice to be able to go see some things.
Mhm.
I think that could be a decent compromise.
Okay.
And then we still have our spot here when we get back.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mary. Mary's struggling a little bit this morning because she's still training for that triathlon. So yesterday she had her longest and best run yet. So that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
And she's feeling it today.
My right calf is like.
Yeah.
Good morning.
How far did you run yesterday? Was it 9-something miles?
9.6 miles.
9.6 miles. Watch out, folks.
Yep.
She still has to. So it's a half Ironman that she's doing, and it's how many miles is that? 12, 11, something.
For the run?
Yeah, for the run.
13.1.
13.1. So she's still working up to that. She hasn't quite made it there yet.
So I won't ever do 13.1 before it.
What?
Yeah, for running you don't.
That seems crazy to me.
Not really. I did 9.6. I can do 13.1.
I guess.
Like, it's fine. When you train for a marathon, you don't run 26.2 miles in your training. You run 20 to 22.
I feel like I'd want to make sure I could do the thing.
If you can do that, then like 4 more miles isn't going to be a difference.
I don't know if I agree.
Same with biking. Like, you get up to like 85-90% of the distance, and then you're like, alright.
I can go the distance.
Swimming's a little different.
Why is swimming any different?
I don't know. It's a weird one.
Sounds like a bunch of
I don't know.
nanny to me.
I don't know. I had 0.9 miles. I know I can do 1.2.
Okay, at what point does the logic stop? I ran 1 mile. I know I could do 24.
Exactly.
No, there's no way now I could do 24 miles.
It's all a mindset thing.
I would
John.
die.
It's all a mindset thing.
I guess.
I'm so excited. Went to Walmart yesterday, and I found some Cavender's
Ooh, that stuff is the shit.
all-purpose Greek seasoning. It's just really good. And I haven't been able to find it, so I bought 2. But we like to put this a lot on like our breakfast stuff because it just gives it that.
If you haven't had this stuff, this shit is good on everything.
Everything.
Ice cream,
Like,
you name it.
What?
Maybe not the ice cream, but
So good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'm not sponsored, but
it's just a good. It's like a dual spice. Oh, I thought to say all-purpose Greek seasoning.
But if they want to sponsor us,
yeah, we'll take any sponsors we can get.
Cavender's, I'm looking at you. It's been great to share and sing together.
What the f*** are you singing?
Out of the Box. You know watch Out of the Box? It's on Disney Channel.
I don't think so.
Out of the box. Out of the box.
That sounds more familiar.
Yeah, so at the end they would sing, they'd kind of sit like this. And they'd be like, so long, farewell to you, my friend. It's been great to share and sing together.
Our game plan for today, or at least part of our game plan, we don't have a concrete plan. We kind of just like to wing it sometimes when we come out. Or at least I do. Mary's not as big of a winger.
I don't like to wung things.
Well, it's wang.
Wungend.
No, past tense is wang. I wang it.
I wunged it.
Wunged? I don't think so. So I think we're going to drive down this way. I think it's just a couple miles up the road. Explore that a little bit. We're gonna leave our stuff set up here, so hopefully nobody's a turd and tries to steal our spot. Mary hasn't seen the waterfalls yet, so I gotta stop saying so much. It's tough.
You say so a lot.
I know I do. I recognize. Mary hasn't seen the waterfalls yet. I think she's in for a bit of a surprise. It looked pretty impressive this morning. Oh, I also saw a couple deer. When I first got up out of the tent, stupid mosquitoes. When I first got up out of the tent
Autism is talking.
from... Barry thinks I have autism. And I don't know. I kind of see it, I kind of don't. But I poked my head out of the tent.
No, you just have a touch of autism.
A touch of autism? It's not full blown with the AU. When did you say it? 7:30?
You were being loud.
I tried to be pretty quiet. I even, when I opened up the thing, I put the blanket over your face, so...
I know that.
I'm not all bad.
And then...
How would you like me to quietly open the zippers?
I mean, there's 4 zippers to open.
I know. That just seems more startling to me than just a...
No, I was already awake. Because you put,
like
put the blanket on my head.
Oh, that one. One of the main reasons we ended up coming up here to Crested Butte, is it is like world renowned for its wildflowers. I'm pretty sure it has the highest density of wildflowers in all of Colorado, something like that. Last year when we came up, we really didn't see too many, and I think it must just be at the lower elevations, because we're up here probably, I don't know, 11,000 plus.
10-7.
10-7. And there's some small yellow flowers. On our way up driving yesterday, though, like as soon as we got on the trail, we did see quite a few. So I'm thinking it's just mostly at the lower elevations. Can't come to a place like this that's known for its wildflowers and not enjoy the wildflowers.
True.
Especially when you're in peak season. The pinnacle.
The precipice.
The nipple, some might say, because it's at the tip.
We were doing so good, Atlas.
All right, and now we were hanging out with a couple that was camping next to us last night for a little bit. And this morning we were talking about plans, and they had told us that up this mountain a ways is an old mining site. Not much left of it, but apparently, in case you can't tell, it's uphill. There's not a whole lot left of it anymore, but there is, I think, a cabin or the remnants of it. And then the mine itself, they said, is actually open. You can actually go inside of it a ways. So we made sure to grab a headlamp and a couple flashlights. We're gonna go check it out. I'm pretty stoked. A little bit of a bummer. We got up to the top there, and there were absolutely signs saying no trespassing, and they're doing testing of stuff. Research. So we decided not to go. But it's all right, because I was buzzing the drone around a little bit, and I saw a way to get to the waterfalls that I found this morning. And I think those are going to be pretty epic. So we're hiking back down. We're going to do that instead. All is not lost. It is kind of a bummer we had to hike up this side of this mountain, though, just to find that out. Oh well. Burned off that beer I drank earlier. Well, this is what our evening has turned into. We're playing a game of who can relax the most. We each have a whiskey. That's plus 2 points each. I'm laying down, that's plus 2 points. She's sitting in a chair, that's plus 1 point. I'm snacking on some pretzels, again, plus 2 points. She's reading a book, minus 1 point. Nerd. It appears as though I win the relaxing game. Better luck next time, chump. Atlas is pretty zonked out also after that trail. He had to run quite a bit. And for some reason, he doesn't like to lay on his bed when we're out here. I don't know. We bring it for him, and then he's a turd. He doesn't want to lay on it. So I'll lay on it. I'll take it. It's a lot comfier than the rocks. Ding dong. He doesn't know any better. Unfortunately, our first night in this spot, it was amazing. We didn't have any mosquitoes, flies, none of that. Tonight, mosquitoes and flies. I'm not really a big fan of bug spray, but I went ahead and put a little bit on, trying to keep them off of me. I'll do a quick horse bath later to get the nastiness off. Oh, bright side though, nobody stole our spot, and nobody stole our shit. So that's a win. Take that any day of the week. Had a few people driving by trying to find campsites, and no luck. It's a pretty busy weekend out here. We're very fortunate to have gotten the spot that we got. Oh my God, Mary, look at the size of that ant on that log. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
That's a big one.
I don't know if I've ever seen an ant that big in my life.
I don't think I have either.
I think it was 3/4 of an inch long. Imagine the size of the little ant cock. I don't know if you can hear that, but we're getting some thunder off in the distance. Hoping it stays off in the distance. It is absolutely breathtaking out there right now. That field across the way, the green is so lush and vibrant.
Like
it is.
this.
It takes your breath away. God, what a goober. Oh, man. Another killer night. Another killer night. As long as it doesn't rain on us, that would be preferable. Guys, I think we're dodging it tonight. Still looks like it's moving mostly north. North. That's north. That's south. Looks like it's moving mostly north. Crossing our fingers.
You better knock on some wood, because that wind has changed.
We're going to try and get most of all this packed up, so that way in the morning, it's a quick morning. I think we're wanting to get back down the mountains and see the wildflowers, which we haven't seen too much of. Because again, I think it's at the lower elevation. I think she's trying to seduce me. I don't know. Today was an amazing day. It was about as picturesque as Colorado can be. It was mountains, it was crystal clear turquoise blue waters, it was waterfalls, it was a good day.
There's rocks. There's trees.
It was rocks, it was grass, which we don't have in Pueblo. We saw twigs. It was everything. Mary. I'm over here trying to convey how nice today was, and she's being a turd. It was a good day.
Action.
It is Sunday morning, and we got packed up pretty early because we wanted to get out driving and exploring a little bit more today. And we're heading down Gothic Trail, I believe it is. And there's an absolutely gorgeous lake right here. It's Emerald Lake, and it is living up to its name. It is a gorgeous green, especially with the light reflecting off of the green mountainside. Beautiful way to start the morning. Absolutely awesome.
You can't go home, but you can find another shelter you can call your own. You can't push time, you can't push time, but you can ride out every wave like an alibi. Your past won't leave, your past won't leave. It'll stay with them like it stays with me. You won't break free, you won't break free, 'cause death is gonna get you like it's gonna get me. Just run, run to the edge, unbroken. Run, 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 run to the edge, unbroken.
There's kind of a couple different schools of thought, and we kind of go back and forth on them, but you can kind of plan out your entire trip, know exactly all the stops you're going to do, all the things you're going to see. And that's cool. But I'm sort of more in line with just winging it and not really knowing what's going to be around that next corner, because then you get hit with surprises like this and takes your breath away. Absolutely love it. What's up, bud? Hey, buddy. You ready to get moving? Yeah.
Just run, run to the edge, unbroken. Run, 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 run to the edge, unbroken.
I know it may not seem like it sometimes, but I do actually let Mary drive the 4Runner sometimes. She is my prized possession, and I'm talking about the 4Runner, not Mary. So it is hard for me to relinquish my hold, but I got to sometimes. And fortunately, Mary's a pretty damn good driver. If she wasn't, then I wouldn't let her. But Mary's getting a whole lot better with the off-road driving. She's getting a lot better picking her lines. When we first started out, it was a little bit rough. But she's getting pretty good now, understanding and knowing where the tires are going. So it makes it a lot nicer when I don't have to drive the entire thing.
You're welcome.
Ooh, a free bicycle.
A little concerning. Wonder if it died. It looked like
It was an e-bike, yeah. Somebody's probably off frolicking in all the flowers.
For them.
Are we only half alive? Embers drifting in the night, looking, wandering all the time. We seek a kingdom. This is not my home. This skin and bone. The daylight will reconcile the dead and the gone.
Well, Mary and I just got back down into Crested Butte. And we decided we wanted to come out and get one last little adventure in before we got to head back home. So we're gonna do a little hike. It's about 4 miles. It's gonna take us up to a lake. Lakes are cool, we like lakes. when we got back into Crested Butte, finally had some cell service, and something I never thought would ever happen, which is absolutely terrible. We just found out about the Trump attempted assassination. And obviously this video is probably going to be coming out a couple weeks later, but I don't care what side you line up on. I mean, it gave me chills to find out that that just happened, and absolutely terrible. That should never happen in a country like ours. Obviously it has in the past, but absolutely terrible. So I'm sort of just, I'm in awe right now. Thankfully the person was a fucking terrible shot, so that's good. But it'll be interesting to see what unfolds from this. We don't really like to get political too often, but it's also not every day you have an attempted assassination on somebody running for president. So, pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. Well, we're gonna go enjoy this hike. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.